you on? Yes, you are. Alright. Y'all are gonna get my morning voice, unfortunately, so. Can I sing with my morning voice? My granny got hit by a bazooka. Kaboom. Kablow. Kaboom. Today we're working on page 256. I'm a little bit behind, I'm not gonna lie. But now's the time to do it. What am I gonna watch? I'm gonna be checking out this I'm just gonna I've seen this story around man. I've seen this story around something with to do with uh a cousin and a streamer.
My fucking girlfriend cheated on me with her cousin. See, shit like this ain't even
Off the back, we just get straight into it seems.
funny, because I wouldn't have even wished this on my worst enemy. Who the fuck prayed on my downfall this much for some shit like this to happen to me? Now, I'm not gonna drop no names or anything, but y'all know who she was. You know, I posted with her, you know, obviously she's my ex now. I don't even know why I say girlfriend, bro. We made content together. We dated for a couple years, and all of that ended recently, bro. I had to call it quits, bro. As of last week, I had to call it quits, bro. I caught her cheated on me in my house. Keep in mind, I pay all the bills in this motherfucker, bro, and she had the audacity to cheat on me with her blood cousin. Now, you're probably asking, how is she still roaming the earth? Me, personally, I would have put her 6 feet under, but nah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Yeah, it's like a different type of self-control I had in that moment where I was just like, you know what, bro? It's not worth it. I have no enemies. On some Thorfinn, Vinland Saga type shit. But to be honest, I think this was just my canon event. You know, it was bound to happen. Everyone tried to warn me about these light skins, but I tried to take on the challenge. Now look at me, my nigga. You're probably wondering, how did I catch her cheating? What exactly happened? Well, this is what the fuck I did. So it was like last week, or maybe like last week and a half, bro. I was like literally in the crib. She was taking a shower or whatever, bro. Really quick though, here's some filler information, bro. So lately, bro, I've been noticing she's always on FaceTime with this nigga, bro. And it's her cousin, bro. She's always on FaceTime with her cousin. But it's like, what normal person would think that's weird? Like that's her cousin. Like, I thought it was on some normal ass shit. Like, you know, like I guess I didn't realize that they were sleeping on the phone together, that every time I would come near her, she would go on mute or whatever. But that's not the point. She was in the shower and I heard her talking on FaceTime. So that was like a red flag. So I walked near that restroom. Like, this is my restroom. Then there's like another room and another restroom over there. I walked near that restroom. The doors are locked, which was also suspicious because why are you locking the doors? But I heard her say the word gains, as in like gym gains, and I heard yams come out her mouth. And once I heard that, I'm like, who are you on FaceTime with and why are you talking about yams, my nigga? So basically, I have like a little cat litter box, but it's like a AI advanced $900 litter box that has a camera for some reason, and it's in her restroom. So I was able to connect to that shit, and I basically seen her at the mirror of her restroom with her phone plopped up. You know, the FaceTime shit was on, her camera was on, and she was on FaceTime just showing straight yams to that nigga. Like, I'm talking about 360s in the camera, grabbing yams, just everything, bro. Just butt ass naked, bro. And at that moment, bro, my heart sunk, bro. I was like, damn, it's GG's. She just cheated on me. But that's not how it ended, though. I'm not gonna lie, bro, because I didn't want to make it seem like I knew and I caught her and she was gonna try to play victim. So I walked up to her room. I knocked on the door. I was like, let me see your phone real quick. I grabbed her phone and I noticed her like grabbing that shit, like, but like not really grabbing it in like a way where like she made it obvious she was hiding something. So I just grabbed it and sped walked to my room, and then I locked my door, and that's when she started banging on my door saying, Kenneth, open the door, give me my phone.
Kenneth! Okay, I have clothes on. Can you open the door, please? Hello? Kenneth! Hello? Kenneth!
Wait.
Please!
Wait. What? I wasn't paying attention because I didn't know what he's doing. He's going through the phone.
Open the bed, walk to my phone.
I was drawing. I didn't even know he was going through the phone. Let me see. My nosy ass. I literally sat up just to read these. No matter what happens, we can't have any hidden resentment or bad feelings that could fuck up our bond. Like if we go through a breakup or some. YFM, what does that mean? My bad, I'm slow. YFM. You feel me? Oh, okay. I should have known that. It just started. Can we resume this momentarily? But yeah, that promise is a hard one to keep. We'll promise. Hmm? Oh, okay. The res the resentment. Okay.
Kenneth! Okay, I have clothes on. Can you open the door, please? Hello?
Okay. Okay. Alright, I think I've seen enough. Because at this point it's just yeah, this is someone that's no disrespect. This is someone that's going through something that's like deep rooted. Like this is coming from like childhood. Like or some shit. Either childhood or a really, really long time. I don't know if manipulation was involved, but this is someone that needs like help. And yeah, I think I'm done reading. I don't know what else.
Kenneth!
I don't know what else is gonna be in here, but I think I got what's going on.
Hello? Kenneth! Please! Please, please, open the door. Let's talk.
You're actually like a psychopath, gang.
Can we talk, please?
Like you really are fucked up in the head.
Please talk, please.
Nah, gang, we're good. I'm
Just
good.
open the door.
I'm good off of you, bro. Get on my house.
Open the door.
Get on my house, bro.
Can I talk to you, please? Kenneth, please, 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 open the door. Let's talk first. If this is it, let me just talk to you.
No, this is it, gang.
Okay, that's fine. Let me talk to you, though. Can we have a conversation?
And the more she said that, bro, I was digging through her phone, nigga. I went through hidden. If y'all don't know about hidden, bro, check your girl's hidden. Fucking iMessage has like recently deleted text messages. Check that. I went through Snapchat. I went through I tried to go through my ass only on Snapchat, but I didn't figure out the password. I went through her notes. I went through everything, bro. And I seen tons of explicit photos from her and him. And then I went through the text messages and there was a bunch of weird shit going on, bro. Like she was talking about that nigga being boyfriend material. She was saying she feels a disconnect from Kenneth. She was saying all types of shit, bro. And honestly, bro, I wanted to crash out at that moment, but obviously I couldn't because I would go to jail. And you know, yeah, I'm a good civilian. I'm not gonna crash out over a girl, but it was sick to see, to be honest, bro. Like, I genuinely was throwing up. I'm not gonna lie, you could ask all my homeboys. I was calling them. I was in my restroom throwing up just nonstop, bro. Everything I ate prior to that, I threw it all up, bro. It was sick, bro. Like, I genuinely feel like 2 years went down the drain. But like, to your cousin though, like, there's a bunch of like scenarios where like my homeboys thought she was doing something with somebody else or whatever. But her cousin, like, I think that's how she got away with it for so long, because it's like, you don't expect your girl to be doing something with her cousin, my nigga. Like, I thought that was some Alabama like movie type shit. I didn't know that really happens in real life. So yeah, once I found that shit out, bro, I ain't gonna lie, nigga, I got my phone. I took pictures of everything. I wish I scrolled some more, but you know, I like once I seen it, I was just ready to kick her out, bro. I took pictures of all the pictures she took for him, all the pictures he sent her, the text messages, everything, bro. It's all on my phone just in case she wants to fucking deny or lie to me. It was all on my phone. I gave her phone back. I told her she had to go.
I'm so sorry, Kendra.
I don't care. You can't. There's nothing you can say to me right now. You did what you did. You gotta face that. You gotta go.
This is something that I only did recently. Just know that in all of my relationships, I've always loved you a lot. And I cared for you a lot. You know that? I'm sorry, babe.
I don't care.
We've always had a close relationship since we was young.
That's
and I think
crazy, gang.
on some mentally fucked up shit, I think like we had some psychological shit going on when we were young because like when we was little jits, like
That's really it.
Like we were like really close to where like some of our family members would notice it. And once I was really having my doubts, and you know, with you, you've always been different than how I wanted you to be. Like,
So you fuck your cousin.
so what's that opportunity?
So you fuck your cousin.
To me?
So you fuck your cousin.
Nothing goes.
You need help, bro.
And yeah, she's not with me anymore. We're not with each other no more. But it's just like, bro, hey, all my young bulls out there, bro, learning experience, you can't trust these girls no more. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You can't trust boy best friends. You can't trust cousins. You can't trust brothers. My nigga, if this was a step brother, like that would have been a tiny bit better because cousins, they got your blood. Like that's like your dad's brother's son. So like for you to do that with that nigga, bro, like that's genuinely diabolical, bro. Like that's just like, I can't go back, bro. Like obviously in the past we broke up a couple times for bullshit, but this was just the fucking like cherry on top, bro. Like I can't, bro. Like I think it's gonna take me a long time to fucking recover from this, bro. I literally have not been in my groove. I haven't been posting. I haven't been. All my friends could tell you that I'm like, I wouldn't say I'm depressed, but like that shit genuinely like it did something to my brain, bro. Like if for all y'all boys that been cheated on before, or all you ladies that's been cheated on, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like you just feel stuck in time. You don't really want closure, but like you do kind of want to know why that person did that. Why? Like the feeling of betrayal is just so sickening. But honestly, bro, it's whatever to me. Like all I can do now is just stack my bread, get in the gym, and just do better, bro. But I ain't gonna lie though, it's really hard. It's really hard to like really like stop yourself from bed rotting and stop yourself from just.
You don't need more than the gym. I'm not. He's gonna need more than the gym, man. Yikes. Yeah, the gym. You can't just work this shit out. You can't just like get in good shape and forget about this. God damn.
Just letting money slip through your hands, bro. Cause like, bro, I have all the ways to make money right now, but I'm just too demotivated because this shit's in the back of my head. But honestly, I know it's gonna get better, bro. But like, damn, bro, canon event of doom. Like, getting cheated on is possibly one of the worst things ever. Cause it's like you thought you knew this person for so long, like you plan a future with them. You, bro, literally, bro. I took her to see the finale of The Boys, my nigga. The finale of The Boys in a 4DX theater, bro. The chairs were moving. When niggas was getting fucking decapitated, you would feel fucking water sprinkles to emulate blood. I took her there, right? As I was there, she was texting her cousin saying, we need to go to a 4DX theater. And that's just sick, bro. Like, I'm thinking this is a nice gesture, me and you. And you're testing your fucking blood cousin, telling him that y'all need to experience that too. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know if it's a light-skin thing or a fucking Miami girl thing. But, bro, you not gonna see me touching any girls from Miami anytime soon. Shit, light-skins are fucking evil. I like that shit's confirmed, bro. Manipulative as fuck, evil as fuck. And they catch you and lure you in by their fucking looks. Don't fall for it, my young bulls. Don't fall for that shit no more. It's a fucking scam. Worst 2 years of my fucking life. 2 years wasted down the drain, bro. Bro, like the crazy part is, like, in a relationship as a guy, you spend so much money on a person, bro. Like, I genuinely spent like 50 bands plus, like upwards to 100K probably. 100K is a stretch, but like definitely 50 bands plus, bro. Because we was long distance for a little bit, so I was obviously flying her, bro, all of that shit, bro. Buying gifts and all that, food, of course, Ubers, but like all that's just down the drain and just wasting money, bro. And it's like, I wish you could just ask for a fucking refund or just invoice the bitch, but like, or just invoice the motherfucker, but you can't, bro. That's not realistic, bro. And even like some people, I know some people take back the stuff they bought the other person, or like, you know, ask for it back, but I'm not even gonna do that, bro. It's whatever, bro. I just gotta move forward. But that's what's been, you know, happening to me. That's my life. Been really, really weird and shit, depressing. But honestly, we gonna overcome this. We gonna move forward. We gonna keep on grinding, bro. Hey, Streamer U was just announced, bro. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. We gotta get in that bitch too. But hey, young bulls out there, bro. Do not trust your girl if she has a cousin. Like, genuinely, she has to have no one in her life. For you to like actually be comfortable, she can't have a stepbrother. She can't have a cousin. She can't have any siblings. She can't have a boy best friend. She can't have a gay best friend. Honestly, bro, she can't even have female friends. She literally has to be a fucking nobody for you to fucking be successful with her, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. 'Cause I thought I was safe. I thought this girl was not gonna do me like that. But the worst of worst happened. All I'm gonna say is stay safe out there, boys. For real, for real.
R.I.P. man, R.I.P. Gotta see the comments on
You
this.
goon too. I goon to corn that is on the internet for the purpose of gooning. Why did I just admit that? Alright. You goon too. I goon to corn that is on the internet for the purpose of gooning.
Y'all can't see the comments, but the top comment is, I think to her cousin. The second comment is, she keeps it in the family. Alright, I'm gonna stop. Let's watch this. Her truth.
Hello everyone, I am here to say my truth and share my story on the things that have been released on the internet and the things that have happened to me. First and foremost, I want to start off by taking full accountability for what I did. I want to start off by apologizing to the person that I hurt the most in this situation, which was my ex. I want to say sorry to my supporters that I disappointed. I did a lot of things that I'm not proud of, and I have to own up to them. To my ex, I'm so sorry for hurting you, and I'm sorry that I did not take your feelings into consideration when I did what I did. But our relationship was not picture perfect as it may seem. I lost myself in our relationship, and I was in a very dark place at the time when I did what I did. I have to own up to what I did, and I have to take accountability for my actions. And in doing that, I've come to realize that I need help for myself and for all my loved ones around me. I know I've done wrong, I fucked up, and I'm taking time away to seek professional help in order to correct my mistakes, reflect on what I've done, and...
Okay. I'm gonna mention something because it's obvious that she's reading this off of like a document. I've seen some criticisms saying that, oh, she's reading this, you know, so it's not like a real apology. But I really don't. It doesn't make a difference. I'm sorry. The only difference, okay, well, it does make a difference in the fact that if you can't really put your thoughts together, which if you're in this situation, it's almost impossible. Like, after getting exposed on the internet for that, it's probably best not to sit in front of a camera and speak your mind, because one, it may not be in a specific order. You're not really going to be there. Your mental state is just probably in anguish, and you might make things worse if you just go off the top of your head. The criticism I've heard is like, oh, it's not a real apology because she's reading it, so it's not what she's really thinking and feeling. But the internet just wants that so that they can fuel more videos off of it. That's what the internet does. So sometimes when you get on here, it's best to just have something to kind of guide you and keep you on track. It could just be an agenda of bullet points, or it could be a fully scripted video. I mean, people do fully scripted videos. Like the lawyers that I watch, their videos are scripted, right? Because they want to talk about something. They have the topic in mind, but having a script helps keep it orderly, and it prevents more mistakes, and ahs are not there anymore because you have the content to just read off of there. So whether it's an apology straight from the heart or just from a screen, I don't think it makes a difference. This is what she wants to put out there. If there's any lies here, the internet will see through it, and still make content. But I personally don't think it's a bad thing to kind of script your response before you say it, because that's just how the brain works. And again, if you're in that mental state, you really can't address anything. Like, I would have been against this even, but I guess she has an agenda here or something to talk about, so we'll see.
Become a better person. But I would still like to come on here to share my story because regardless, I've done wrong and I did not have to go down that route and I deeply regret it. But there's more to my story and there's a lot of lies and misinformation being spread about me in order to farm more hate and negativity towards my name. And I would like to clear up a lot of things. First, I want to address the note that was released online. I did not have any involvement in creating it or writing it in any way. It was only shared to me. And I also want to make this very clear. I did not have any sexual intercourse with anybody outside of my relationship. There was a rumor going around that I was cheating my entire relationship and I've been doing this for months, which is completely false because this is only a recent incident that had occurred. I'm not trying to make anything I've done sound any better, but I think it's important that I share my truth because of the insane amount of lies that are being spread about me on the internet. Firstly, I want to clear up that I wasn't disowned by anybody, and I still have a great relationship with my mother. This was a fallacious rumor that was started by someone that I thought was a friend and is completely untrue. My family does not agree with the choices that I made, but they're standing beside me.
What'd she say?
Completely. This was a fallacious rumor that was started by someone that I thought was a friend and is completely untrue. My family does not agree with the choices
Wait.
that I made.
Did she say fallacious?
And I still have a great relationship with my mother. This was a fallacious rumor
She said fallacious.
that was started by someone that I thought was a friend and is completely untrue. My family does not agree with...
Hold on. I'm being gaslit so hard right now. What does fallacious mean? Oh, okay. Got it. I'm an idiot. My bad. Hey, we learn something new every day, okay? I thought the word was, what was I thinking? Hang on. I was thinking about salacious. Salacious. Okay, so there's salacious, and okay, that's what I thought she was trying to say salacious. Because salacious is a story, rumor, or image that contains an excessive, inappropriate, or indecent interest in sexual matters, which in context is the right word to use here. Fallacious means containing or based on a fallacy. It describes arguments, beliefs, or reasoning that are logically unsound. Okay, so both words work. But in the context of sexual matters, salacious is... You know what? Let's move on.
That was started by someone that I thought was a friend and is completely untrue. My family does not agree with the choices that I made, but they're standing beside me as I continue to get help. My family was a fallacious rumor that was started by someone that I thought was a friend and is completely untrue. My family does not agree with the choices that I made, but they're standing beside me as I continue to get help and work to better myself. I also want to talk about a stream that my ex was on where he alleged that I did not want to publicly claim him and I wanted to hide our relationship from the internet. But in reality, in the first year of us being together, we actually had a popular couple page. And the real reason on why I wanted to go private was because at the time, I had a lot of people actively telling me to leave him because it was toxic. I also want to make it clear that any cousin or stepbrother or any content like that we made together was his idea and he convinced me to do it. The next thing I want to address is a very serious topic.
I don't know what she's talking about there.
It is my belief that suicide in any form should be taken serious and never lightly. While I understand the streaming business and the need to say crazy things in order to get clips and impressions, the thought that somebody's personal struggle with suicide can be used by anybody for jokes and views is disgusting and cruel. While I've been off the net, it was brought to my attention that the streamer Snowcone made up a false rumor that I admitted myself into a suicide facility in order to get attention from my ex. I was involuntarily admitted into a suicide facility because I was considered a threat to myself. It was a terrible experience and one I would never wish on myself or anybody else. I want to say to Snowcone that while I understand I'm not perfect and I've done wrong, regardless of the mistakes that a person makes, that doesn't give you or anybody else the right to belittle, lie, and create false allegations about somebody's mental health. Throughout all of this, you've lied and made up rumors about me in order to hate farm me and get attention. Even though you don't care, I want to let you know that the rumors you created have garnered me more death threats and have made my mental battle that much harder. And that hurts from someone I considered a close friend. Me and my ex were involved in a toxic and abusive relationship.
Death threats, like no one should get death threats. But I feel like so many of these creators have used the death threat angle. Some of them have used it fallaciously, to a point where it doesn't carry the weight that it's supposed to. Like before, I feel like people on the internet took death threats really seriously, got the police involved, but now it feels like every time I hear it, it's either in an apology or a video after someone's been exposed already that I feel like it's sad to me that it just doesn't carry any weight. Like the first thing people think is that, oh, it's fake now. Well, the first thing I think when I hear that, in a context of a reply or a response, is just that, oh, it's fake, which is bad. We shouldn't, that shouldn't be the first thought. The first thought should be worry, oh, are they okay? It should be concern, but it's just been so washed lately.
Relationship. When I was in love with him, I was blind to the harmful behavior and abuse that was going on. Our relationship was built on unhealthy emotional attachment, and I stayed because it was all that I knew. He was my first boyfriend, he was my first everything, and I met him when I was 18, just graduated high school, and he was 21. There's two sides to every story, and our relationship was unhealthy on both ends. And since he's decided to bring my wrongdoings onto the internet, I believe it is only fair that I bring attention to the things that he has done to me, because my ex was never a saint like he paints himself out to be. We had a lot of arguments throughout our relationship, which was normal, but what wasn't normal was the verbal, mental, and physical abuse that he subjected me to. He put me through a lot in the past 2.5 years of us being together. He even forced himself on me at one point. My ex dealt with a lot of anger issues, and he would often use me as an outlet. For example, he would punch things, he would rip wires in the heat of conflicts. He would yell at me when I cried, and he would gaslit me until I believed I was the problem. There were 2 or 3 times where my ex would approach me unprovoked and put me in a chokehold against the wall, and I would tell him to stop because I was scared, and he wouldn't. The next thing I'm about to say are serious allegations that I know men often get falsely accused of, but at the end of the day, all I can do is come on here, tell my truth, tell my story, whether you want to believe it or not. There was a time where me and my ex were drinking, and he forced himself onto me. And it hurt, and I cried, and I begged him to stop, but he never did. At the time of my essay, he was very rough on me, which resulted in me getting a cut on my insides. Luckily, I was able to take video footage of the blood on the scene and a graphic photo of the damage that resulted. After all this abuse, I formed a trauma bond with my ex, which made it hard for me to leave and left me in a cycle of half-hearted apologies that I continue to accept. This was a memory of mine that was heavily repressed because I didn't know how to process it at the time, and I was very oblivious to what a healthy relationship was supposed to look like. After 1 year of mental torment and trying to get my ex to change to no avail, I left. Here's proof of my ex admitting to his anger issues and admitting to the abuse that led to the fallout of our relationship. I still have the letters that he wrote for me where he confessed to his abuse and confessed to the wrongdoings that he put me through in our relationship. I also have a screenshot of a 20-minute confession where he confessed to his wrongdoings, and he made it for me in order to convince me to continue being in a relationship with him. I tried to re-access the link in order to showcase the video for you guys today, but it was sent by him and it was privated by him, so I no longer have access to it. My ex often tried to use money as a way to avoid responsibility for his shortcomings. I'm very grateful for everything my ex bought for me. However, I don't appreciate insisting that I was freeloading off of him when everything he ever did was his choice. And I don't believe a relationship should just be reduced to a list of expenses either. Monetary value does not disregard toxic behaviors. After all of these gestures, I took my ex back in February of 2025. And in March of that year, after leaving him from the airport, I was set into a spiral of losing myself and wanting to seek therapy. Here's the video I recorded after leaving my ex.
Like, I just don't know what I'm doing anymore, but like, I feel like I'm losing my mind, bro. And like, I just need to listen and get help from other people in my life, or maybe therapy.
Life would have turned out so different if she went to therapy then. I don't know if she did, but yeah, life would have been different if she'd seen a therapist after that.
Like, I think like a lot of stuff has been going on like in my life. Like, I need to stop pretending that I'm sorry, this is so like non-descriptive, but I just kind of want to pour everything out because I'm at a breaking point in my life right now. But it's not your problem at all. At all. But yeah, I need help in that sense. I need to listen and grow up and do better.
At the end of the day, I chose to stay in this relationship and I made my mistakes. I regret everything I did and I wish I could take it all back. I never wanted to hurt anybody and I understand how badly I messed up. The only thing I can do from now is take the time to better myself and to heal. The next and final thing I would like to discuss is my mental health. Throughout everything that has happened, I have come to terms with the fact that I suffer with depression. It's a battle that I've been unknowingly fighting for the past 2 years. I was in denial and blamed it on a lot of other things in my life without fully understanding myself. Mental health is so stigmatized to where a lot of people, including me, do not get the help that they need when they need it, and it can often lead to self-destruction. Throughout the past few weeks, I've attempted to take my life multiple times, and the only reason I'm here right now is because I failed. During this fight, I stopped eating, I stopped sleeping, and I struggled to take care of my well-being. I felt helpless, and every day I would struggle with finding a reason to continue to live. I often felt like the world would be a better place without me. The suicide facility that I was admitted to was an abrasive environment that only made me regress more. In my time there, I met a lot of people that were in worse positions than me, and I learned a lot about the unfair and inhumane treatment that these people receive. And from my experience there and my own personal journey, I've been very motivated to advocate for better resources and more attention given to these people to assist them in getting the proper help that they need. I understand that my actions have consequences, and I also understand how the internet works. So I knew the hate was inevitable, and I have no problem with facing that. However, I do want to remind you guys that I am still a human being, and I don't think anyone deserves the immense cyberbullying and the non-stop death threats that I've received in the past few days. I do believe that bringing all of this to the internet in the way my ex did was completely wrong and invasive. It felt like a breach in our privacy. I know a lot of people don't believe I deserve the platform that I have and don't think I should come back to the internet at all. I understand. What I did is undoable, it's terrible, and I can't tell you enough how much I regret it. However, I do want to come back. I do want to be able to use my platform to raise awareness for mental health, because I know there's a lot of people out there who are just like me, who are struggling and they don't even know it. I will be back to streaming, and I will be back to doing what I love, because at the end of the day, I want to use my platform to help people. And I do believe after I get stronger and I get help, I can do that. To my community and to all my supporters, I'm so sorry I let you guys down. I'm so sorry I disappointed you guys. And if you are still here to support me, thank you. If not, that's okay too. Thank you for your time, and thank you for listening to my truth and my story. This is my experience and the things that I went through in my relationship and in the past 2.5 years of my life.
Okay. That's man. That was heavy. There was definitely some. It was definitely vetted by a lawyer or someone, or there was some ChatGPT-esque like statements on there that seemed that they were put in there strategically. I don't know whether that's a lawyer or ChatGPT that like provided some points. But there was definitely something. I don't know how to describe it. We've all heard like corporate speak, right? They tried. It's strategically placed. There's certain words that are just strategically placed. The death threats, for example, was something that was placed in there, I believe twice or maybe 3 times. I could be wrong. I heard it twice that I can remember. And it was perfectly placed in a complete statement. It's almost like that statement was like in bold. Like, make sure you read every single word of these. That way, if you go to court, this will be out there, something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've just listened to too much corporate speak. Maybe I've seen too many ChatGPT responses. But the bottom line is, one, it's a good thing that she's still alive, right? It's a good thing that she's optimistic about getting through this and coming back to the internet. A lot of people would just be done with the internet, isolate themselves, and do that. Just, I don't know, maybe take themselves out sometimes. But in this case, she sounds optimistic. I know it was read, maybe that was in the script and she had to read that, but I hope it's true. I hope she's gonna take some time for herself, see a therapist, get over this cousin thing, because it is possible. I do hope she does take the right steps to rehabilitate. I think at this point it's important that she focuses on her. Because if this happened to anyone, it's messed up. And again, I'm not taking her side. I'm not saying anything she did was good. I'm just speaking post, all this stuff. Is she an evil person? I don't know her in person, right? I don't know what her motives are with this response. But just going off of what I've heard, I do wish her well. And don't do that again. So let's see Kayla's response, because apparently she lied. All right, here we go.
Catalina, there's no way out of this one. I'm sorry, but you're done. You're finished.
Not
So
the-
apparently,
Not this Illuminati intro. I'm dead.
No way out of this one. I'm sorry, but you're done. You're finished. So apparently Kat has dropped a video titled My Truth. But honestly, Kat has dropped a video titled My Truth, but the whole video's fucking lies. So how the fuck does that work? I'm not gonna lie, Kat, you fucked with the wrong one. Nobody, and I mean nobody, will sit here and fucking lie on my fucking name, bruh. Hell nah. Alright, so the demon has dropped the video My Truth. For whatever fucking reason, it has 2.8 thousand likes. Y'all niggas are sick in the head. Y'all niggas really let yourself get manipulated by this demon, bro. By this fucking demon. Let's get into it.
Hello everyone, I am here to say my truth and share my story.
Oh yeah, I know she. I forgot to say this while watching. She did drop some allegations. It's just that the allegations were like they're surrounding SA, and I generally just try not. I just listen to those. I try not to make a comment or pick a side because often at times you never know who's lying. That's the kind of world we're living in. So I just had nothing for that bit when she was talking about that. Of course, you know, nobody deserves to get SA'd, but because I don't have enough information to even make a judgment here, I just let her say that, what she had to say, and I moved on to, you know, to my thoughts on the whole video. So I was supposed to say that after that point was done, but I just continued with the video. I guess I forgot. I was probably drawing or something. But I guess he's gonna address that. So let's see what he says.
On the things that have been released on the internet and the things that have happened to me. First and foremost, I want to start off by taking full accountability for what I did. I want to start off by apologizing to the person that I hurt the most in this situation, which was my ex. I want to say sorry to my supporters that I disappointed. I did a lot of things that I'm not proud of, and I have to own up to them. To my ex, I'm so sorry for hurting you, and I'm sorry that I did not take your feelings into consideration when I did what I did. But our relationship was not picture perfect.
All right, I'm sorry for fucking, you know what? I'm sorry for cheating on you with my cousin, but our relationship wasn't perfect, so that's the reason why I did so. I'm sorry for sending my cousin pictures of my ass, titties, and fucking cooch on your living room couch and in your restroom and on my bed, but you know what? Because our relationship wasn't okay, that excuses it. I'm sorry that you had to find my cousin's cock in my camera roll, but you know what? It's okay because our relationship wasn't okay in the first place. And that right there is the work of the reputation saver that you was emailing and your fucking YouTube manager told me about, bruh. He told me that the moment I exposed you, that you was emailing people trying to figure out ways how to come back from this shit, bruh. You was emailing people discussing ways on how to just push the whole cousin freakery aside and just bring something new to light. And it's like, bro, like, come on, bro. Like, you really gonna try to ruin me because you got caught cheating on your cousin. I'm innocent. I didn't do shit. But you know what? I'm gonna watch the video and hear what you got to say.
As it may seem. I lost myself in our relationship, and I was in a very dark place at the time when I did what I did. I have to own up to what I did. I have to take accountability for my actions. And in doing that, I've come to realize that I need help for myself and for all my loved ones around.
Okay, all right, yeah, we get that.
Help in order to correct my mistakes, reflect on what I've done, and become a better person. But I would still like to come on here to share my story because regardless, I've done wrong and I did not have to go down that route and I deeply regret it. But there's more to my story and there's a lot of lies and misinformation being spread about me.
Okay.
In order to farm more hate and negativity towards my name. And I would like to clear up a lot of things. First, I want to address the note that was released online. I did not have any involvement in creating it or writing.
It was a shared note. Bro, on Apple phones, you share a note to somebody. You collaborate on a note. Both people, you have to literally like damn near like accept that shit. Am I tripping? It's a shared note. I went through your notes app and that shit was there. You have a bucket list with your cousin, bro. Like, come on, bro. Some of the stuff that's on there doesn't even make sense if he wrote it from his point of view. The internet is not that stupid.
In any way. It was only shared to me. And I also want to make this very clear. I did not have any sexual intercourse with anybody outside of my relationship. There was a rumor going around that I was cheating my entire relationship and I've been doing this for months, which is completely false.
Hey, first of all, hold on. First of all, there's clips on the internet of you literally admitting, confessing your love for your cousin.
But back when I was like, I don't even know the age to be honest. I was young. I was just hitting puberty. Me and my cousin,
L story yap get
we
to
kind of
the
had a
point.
thing. We kind of had a thing going. But like it was kind of one-sided though. It was more so me. But like I remember like
So there were signs?
I had a big crush on this nigga because we were best friends, and at the time, being best friends with a guy when I'm just hitting puberty and like my hormones are a little bit like peaking, you know what I'm saying? I kind of associated him with that.
Ooh. So earlier when he locked himself in the room and was going through the phone, that is exactly what I was trying to describe. I was literally what she said, word for word. Word for word. Is that Peter Griffin in the back? What the? I just noticed that. What the fuck? Anyway, that Peter Griffin just threw me off. I forgot what I was gonna make. Yeah, when he was going through the phone, I was literally gonna describe what she just said. What she literally word for word, what she just said is what she should have told a therapist straight up, not the internet. Like right here, if I was her PR, I would have just texted her and say, "Hey, get off live and get a therapist immediately." Because I know sometimes, you know what, to be honest, there was no way for anyone to catch on to this because she seemed, I never watched her, but she seemed like a goofy type streamer. Not that she's actually goofy, but some streamers act goofy in front of the camera for, you know, engagement, or, you know, just to bond with their community. And some streamers have out-of-pocket jokes that they make. So at the time, I could see this just fly over everyone's head as a bit. A weird bit, a really weirdly described bit, right? Like, you don't come up with a bit like this, is what I'm saying. But at the same time, with the chat moving so fast, this was probably a drop in the whole ocean, and nobody picked up on it.
Time being best friends with a guy when I'm just hitting puberty
Literally that.
and like my hormones are a little bit like peaking, you know what I'm saying? I kind of associated him with that.
Literally, like I'm talking about, I don't know how old this clip was, last year, 2 years ago, but we've been dating for 2 years and some change, and you're on stream talking about how you have feelings for your cousins. You found him attractive when I was younger. You don't know if it was your hormones taking over, but now the fact that you cheated on me with your cousin, this means that every single time you told me that you left to go hang out with your family, that you left to Kentucky to go stream at this fucking, the biggest world fucking roller coaster in the world, that you was with your cousin. Because, I mean, I have proof of that too. Like, you was in the hotel room with your cousin. You kept on telling me you was going on these trips. You went to Puerto Rico with your cousin. You went everywhere with your cousin. And it's like, bruh, like, but you only cheated on me recently, right? This only happened last month, right? Okay. But you know, I guess you just get to excuse that, I guess. I don't know. Like, I don't know if this is like manipulation, top tier rage bait or what, but okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep on listening to what you gotta say, all right?
False, because this is only a recent incident that had occurred. I'm not trying to make anything I've done sound any better, but I think it's important that I share my truth because of the insane amount of lies that are being spread about me on the internet. Firstly, I want to clear up that I wasn't disowned by anybody, and I still have a great relationship with my mother. This was a fallacious rumor that was started by someone that I thought was a friend and is completely untrue. My family does not agree with the choices that I made, but they're standing beside me as I continue to get help and work to better myself. I also want to talk about,
first of all, even though I'm in the right 100% for leaving you and talking about how I feel because you cheated on me with your cousin, you know, your parents were literally calling me and threatening me to delete that video because I don't know, they were threatening me with so much stuff that was just so uncalled for, and I don't know, it just seems like they're more biased to you than what's actually going on. Like, I think the fact that you're making this video right now, and I don't know, man. I mean,
They have to be biased towards her. Like, it's her family. That's expected. Like, even unreasonably so, they will always take the side of their family, their daughter. They're gonna be with her through this, and she needs that, to be honest. So, demon or not, these are just obvious things.
just
I'm
keep
sorry.
watching the video, bro.
a stream that my ex was on where he alleged that I did not want to publicly claim him and I wanted to hide our relationship from the internet. But in reality, in the first year of us being together, we actually had a popular couple page. And the real reason on why I wanted to go private was because at the time, I had a lot of people actively telling me to leave him.
Bro, like, It's honestly crazy how much, like, bro, I've never been in a situation like this, but bro, girls are really like manipulators, bro. And I wish I had iCloud Pro or iCloud Plus, bro, because I'm scrolling through my phone trying to bring the proof. This girl literally would make excuses not to post me because her fucking fan base was majority guys. She kept on telling me that she had a lot of mods that would gift her subs and she would use them, bruh. She would literally use y'all, bruh. She would literally take y'all money and fucking make, I don't know what type of operation she had going on, but bro, she didn't want to post me because of all her male fans. She didn't want to talk about me. I ain't gonna lie, we broke up like 5+ times in our whole relationship, and 99.9% of the times we broke up, she ran to the internet to talk about the breakup, to talk about whatever happened. And it's just so weird, bro. But the moment I do, when you actually do something insane, like cheated on me with your cousin, I'm the bad guy. Like, I'm the bad guy.
Because it was toxic. I also want to make it clear that any cousin or stepbrother or any content like that we made together was his idea and he convinced me to do it.
Say wallahi! Yo, like I said, bro, she did not want the internet to know that she had a boyfriend because it would make her lose followers. She kept on telling me that, and I wish I had screenshots from when, bro. I don't know what's going on my iCloud. I'm trying to get messages from like early 2024 to 23, but I can't, bro. But I promise y'all, she would not want to post me. You could go on her page. She never had videos of me. It was always me, bro. I literally kept on telling her, why don't you post me? Why don't you post me? And she confessed this one time saying, my followers are majority males. They would unfollow me. I would lose all my followers, etc., etc., etc. She's sick in the head, bro.
Next thing I want to address is a very serious topic.
Yeah, that's a red flag right there. It's true though, right? I'm not gonna say this like I'm like a professor, but from what I've seen, a lot of female streamers will have a majority male fan base. There's some who don't. There's some who actually just have a majority female, and it comes down to the content that they put out. If they're putting like thirst trap videos, or cleavage stuff, cosplayers, for example, it's just a fact that most people who are going to be following or subscribe to that person are going to be male. It is what it is. But it depends on how you build your community. Someone like Pokimane, I actually don't know. Are there stats? Yeah, let's pull up some stats. Pokimane, male versus female. How do I even look up that? Yeah, okay. I'm not sure how real this data is, but for example, Pokimane, most followed female streamer on Twitch, predominantly has like male followers, right? I'm trying to think. There's some female streamers that have a majority female. I just can't think of them right now. But again, it all comes down to how you build your community. So if you build your community off of, giving, the male viewers, what they're there for, then, if you take that away, right? Like, for example, a lot of them are, what's the name? Parasocial to the streamer. So when you get when you finally get a boyfriend as a female streamer, you kind of cut off all those parasocial people, because now in their minds they have to manifest the fact that you now have a boyfriend, and they're not interested in that now or you anymore, and then they'll just cut you off. So it is true to some extent, but that's not his fault, right? It's you built your community the way you built it. So
it is my belief that suicide in any form should be taken serious and never lightly. While I understand the streaming business and the need to say crazy things in order to get clicks and impressions, the thought that somebody's personal struggle with suicide can be used by anybody for jokes and views is disgusting and cruel. While I've been off the net, it was brought to my attention that the streamer Snowcone made up a false rumor that I admitted myself into a suicide facility in order to get attention from my ex. I was involuntarily admitted into a suicide facility because
All right, so first of all, while this was like 5 days before I posted my video, and basically what happened was she kept on blowing up my phone, spamming my phone, no caller ID, text messages, calling my friends, and kept on saying, can I get back with you? Can we please work this out? I'm going insane. I'm going to, you know, manipulation words to get me to fucking give her attention, because I was trying my hardest to just move forward in life. I caught her cheating. I'm trying to move forward, but she's blowing up my phone, trying to just get my attention, saying she's gonna do this. Even when she was going to the hospital, she was like, I'm leaving. And then she was calling me in the hospital, bruh. And I talked to her parents. Her parents said that she only had like 3 calls or whatever. She kept on spamming me on the hospital phone, bruh. Like, bro.
I was considered a threat to myself. It was a terrible experience and one I would never wish on myself.
And then the moment she got out, she literally posted it on the internet. That's a personal thing that nobody had to know. But because you want to go ahead and post it on the internet, you want to gain sympathy. Before, it's like you almost knew that I was going to expose you for cheating on me with your cousin. Because why are you going to the internet about you being in a facility? If you're really trying to like fix your head and get yourself right, why are you trying to sympathy farm online by posting yourself in the facility talking about, for the past couple of days, I just came out because I tried to do this and that. Like, bro, that's sympathy farming. That's not something that needs to be on the internet. And I don't know what else to say, bro.
Or anybody else. I want to say to Snow Cone that while I understand I'm not perfect and I've done wrong, regardless of the mistakes that a person makes, that doesn't give you or anybody else the right to belittle, lie, and create false allegations about somebody's mental health. Throughout all of this, you've lied and made up rumors about me in order to hate farm me and get attention. Even though you don't care, I want to let you know that the rumors you created have garnered me more death threats and have made my mental battle that much harder. And that hurts from someone I considered a close friend. Me and my ex were involved in a toxic and abusive relationship.
Toxic and abusive. Toxic and abusive. This is what they always fucking do. You see how the shift went from, I'm sorry for sending my cousin nudes. I'm sorry that you had to walk in on me showing my bare ass and my bare ass cheeks to my cousin on FaceTime, to me and my ex had a very toxic relationship and it was very abusive. But you know what? Let's see what I did. Let's see how abusive I was, right? Okay, let's see.
When I was in love with him, I was blind to the harmful behavior and abuse that was going on. Our relationship was built on unhealthy emotional attachment, and I stayed because it was all that I knew. He was my first boyfriend. He was my first everything.
You stayed because that's all you... Bro, there were so many times where I tried to get away from you. But literally, at TwitchCon, bro, I was in LA with my boys, bro, and you was literally calling me, telling me that you was finna, you know, and then like, bro, like, I don't know, like, bro, I get soft around that. I get soft with that shit because like, bro, I don't want to be responsible. I care about you. I don't want to see you do that to yourself. But when you're calling me, spamming me, saying you're gonna do that, bro, keep in mind, TwitchCon was in San Diego. I was in LA. She started saying she was gonna do that stuff, saying how sad she was. This was like when we broke up or whatever, back in like TwitchCon last year. And then I drove all the way from LA to San Diego because she kept on threatening to do that to herself. And then, bro, it's just a mess, bro. Like, I have tried to leave several times. Yes, this was a toxic relationship, but stop trying to put the blame on me. You did what you did, and now you're trying to change the narrative to make it seem like I was a toxic, abusive boyfriend. Like, how can you do that right now, bro?
And I met him when I was 18, just graduated high school, and he was 21. There's two sides to every story.
I met him when I was 18, just graduated high school, and he was 21. First of all, you was a freshman in college, and I just turned 21, and I was literally a junior in college, okay? Now, I don't even know why that, like you try to make it seem like I was, like, no, I did not mess with you before you were 18. I messed with you after. Once you were in college, bro, like, what's going on right now? Like, you're trying so hard to make me look weird and to shift the focus, but bro, stop it, bro. It's not gonna work, bro.
And our relationship was unhealthy on both ends. And since he decided to bring my wrongdoings onto the internet, I believe it is only fair that I bring attention to the things that he has done to me, because my ex was never a saint like he paints himself out to be. We had a lot of arguments throughout our relationship, which was normal, but what wasn't normal was the verbal, mental, and physical abuse that he subjected me to.
Hey, by the way, y'all notice how she's reading the script, right? Like, can y'all, like, I wish I could just zoom in on her eyes, these soulless, evil eyes, and just see the fucking script on her PC screen, bro. This is sickening, bro. Like, these niggas really emailed her talking about, we gonna save you. All you gotta do is sign your soul away. Her soul is gone, bro. She's reading off a script they orchestrated a whole story to bring me down. It's sick.
He put me through a lot in the past 2.5 years of us being together. He even forced himself on me at one point.
Say wallahi. Yo, hold on.
My ex dealt with a lot of anger issues, and he would often use me as...
Okay, no. First of all, I've never forced myself on her. I've never forced myself on her. I've never put my hands on her. I've never done any of the sort, my nigga. First of all, this girl was literally like, I don't know what's the word, like over sexual or like overly freaky. But bro, she literally would force me to drink. I've never drank or smoked in my life until I met this girl. I have African parents and I don't fuck with that shit. I remember there was a time, she even forced me to get my matching tattoo. There was a time, I think it was at the tattoo shop or whatever. I was on a double date. It was me, her, and two girls. They were gay or whatever. And bro, she was getting on me because I told her I did not want to smoke and drink, bro. She was literally in the hallway crashing out on me because I did not want to smoke and drink. This girl was a bad influence, always trying to force me to smoke and drink every fucking time she seen me, bro. Because she didn't know how to do anything, process or have fun without that shit, bro. Like, I just don't fuck with that shit. I don't fuck with smoking or drinking, but, you know, I just thought, you know, she's my ex or whatever. At the time, she was my girl, whatever. I was like, you know what, bro? Fuck it, bro. She wants to do it, then fuck it, bro. I'm gonna do it with her. But I never did that shit just to do it, bro. I don't fuck with that shit.
An outlet. For example, he would punch things, he would rip wires in the heat of conflicts. He would yell at me when I cried.
I would punch things, my nigga. I've never punched shit. What are you talking about, bro? And yes, I ain't gonna lie, early back in the day, I did have like slight anger issues or whatever, but I would never touch her. I would never put my hands on her. But yes, this is already on the internet. Like, every single time we break up, she goes to the internet and talks about this shit. Like, she's talked about this already. So why is she bringing this up again to make me look bad? Like, we're not forgetting the fucking bucket list, bro. We're not forgetting how you fucking cheated on me with your cousin. But whatever, keep going.
He gaslit me until I believed I was the problem. There were 2 or 3 times where my ex would approach me unprovoked and put me in a chokehold against the wall. And
put you in a chokehold? Like, you're making me seem like I'm the fucking, like I'm a fucking devil. Put you in a chokehold? Does that, yo, like, anybody that knows me in real life, does that even sound like something I would do? You're telling me I would walk up to you and just fucking put you in a chokehold? What type of shit is that, bro? Like, nigga, I've never heard you say that shit ever. Like, where's the proof, bro? Like how are you saying this with a straight face? This gotta be a script.
Scared, and he wouldn't. The next thing I'm about to say are serious allegations that I know men often get falsely accused of.
Falsely accused. So you're about to falsely accuse me like every other girl does to niggas, bro. Let's see what you got to say.
But at the end of the day, all I can do is come on here, tell my truth, tell my story, whether you want to believe it or not. There was a time when me and my ex were drinking, and he forced himself onto me.
Every single time we drank, she forced me to drink. Every single time we drank, she forced me to drink. She would always say, I want to see you blackout drunk. I want to see you drunk. I want you to just get loose and do whatever. But that's not the point. Because I've never forced myself onto you. Never. Every single time we did something, we had consent. You know why? You know why? Because you're the overly sexual one. I'm a nonchalant ass nigga. I'd be chilling in my own world. And I think that's what made you mad. I think that's what made you think I don't like you, because I'm not always trying to fuck. I'm not always trying to have sex because I believe there's more to just sex, bro. You're always, every single day. Like, bro, when we were long distance, we was literally cracking every single day, 2 times a day. In the moment I told her I don't want to do it, I can't do it, she would gaslight me, say I don't love her. She would start crying. She would just force me, bruh. Like, bro. And then when she moved over here, obviously I see her every single day, so it's impossible to do that shit every single day. And I think that's what got in her head. And that's when she started saying stuff like, I thought you didn't like me no more. I thought you never touched me no more. And that's when I guess she cheated on me with her cousin, but I don't know. Like, that's just what she wants you to believe, bro. But I don't.
And it hurt, and I cried, and I begged him to stop, but he never did. At the time,
like, come on, bro. Are you dead ass? You begged me to stop and I never, bro, come on, bro.
He was very rough on me, which resulted in me getting a cut on my insides. Luckily, I was able to take video footage.
Y'all seen how she just looked at the script?
Luckily, I was able to take video footage of the blood on the scene and a graphic photo of the damage that resulted.
Let me see this. Okay, yes. Okay. So, Saturday, July 13th, okay? 2 days before your birthday. There's blood on the floor, right? There's no way out of this one. Tell me why July 18th, the same year, by the way, a couple days after your birthday, there's blood on the sheets and on the pillows. You know why? Because you're a freak and you always wanted me to crack. Always. Even when you was on, you know, your period, that time of the month. You thought if I didn't do it, I would think of you as disgusting. I didn't love you. So you know what? That's when I explored that and we started doing that. And I always had consent because that's what you wanted. You liked doing vampire sets. So what's on the floor is not the results of me doing that to you. That's just consent and what we had going on. I would never force myself onto you. I would.
Gang, there were signs. There were enough signs, gang. There were enough signs. I'm sorry. Kenneth. Kenneth. That would have been like it. Like, that would have been a fucking. What's more red than red? That would have been Auburn. Auburn's flag, gang. That would have been a scorching Auburn flag to just end that shit right there. What? Yeah. Yeah, period clap is crazy. I'm not gonna
Never.
lie.
I always had consent. I had proof from you. You always expressed how you wanted to do it during that time of month. And we did. The proof is in the pudding, bruh. So you're telling me July 13th. You're telling me what? Like fucking, cause this is a hotel, by the way. The sheets get changed. Shit gets clean. So you're telling me 13 to 18. 5 days later, I did it again. I did it again to you. I did the same exact thing I did on the 13th, on the 18th again to you. But aside from that, we broke up tons of times and she always ran to the internet. Why, if this really happened, why was this never a talking point in every single time you streamed once we broke up? It was always stuff like, oh, he would yell at me. Oh, something about the airport. He left me at the airport. Why was this never a topic? Why, matter of fact, why was this never brought to the police? Why is this only coming to the light now? I bet $100,000 that nobody in the world can say that you told them this. This is false. This is cap. And I know this is what the fucking reputation savers told you to look for. Any proof of fucking violence or SA. Like, you're sick and you're not gonna manipulate these people, bro. You're not gonna do that, bro. Fuck no.
Oh yeah, the reputation saver or the PR people that are working with her on this. Yeah, that's dangerous. If she lied to them or is trying to manipulate them into believing these things, she's making shit worse for herself. It's in the same way that if you call for a lawyer when you're in a situation with the law, you're not supposed to lie to the lawyer. That's why they have the NDAs that you sign to push you to say the truth, because they're legally bound to not tell anyone, right? Just like a therapist. So if you lie to the lawyer, well, hell, if you lie to a therapist, if you lie to these people that require NDAs before you talk to them, you are digging yourself into a way worse hole. Not only the fact that if they find out you're lying, then they can't work with you anymore because there's no trust, right? Under an NDA, if you can't tell them the truth, then they actually just can't trust you. So they'll either just abandon the case or just not want to work with you anymore. And you're giving them false information, which in order for them to do their job to the best of their ability, they need you to tell them everything as it happened. They need you to offer what you have as it exists. Then they'll give you a proper response, or they'll tell you exactly what not to say. So if you lie to the people that are trying to help you, it just makes things worse. Just tell them the truth. No matter how freaky it is, just say that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if she had, again, I'm not saying she's lying, but if this whole thing is true and they consented to the period smack, the period cheeks, period claps, you know, like, she should have said that to the person that's trying to help her, because then that person would have seen Kenneth's response coming a mile away, in this regard. So that's a big one. If she lied, then man, she just made her situation way worse.
All this abuse, I formed a trauma bond with my ex, which made it hard for me to leave and left me in a cycle of half-hearted apologies that I
Made it hard for you to leave, bro? What?
continue to accept. This was a memory of mine that was heavily repressed because I didn't know how to process it at the time, and I was very oblivious to what a healthy relationship was supposed to look like. After 1 year of mental torment and trying to get my ex to change to no avail, I left. Here's proof of my ex admitting to his anger issues and admitting to the abuse that led to the fallout of our relationship.
This was like our first breakup, by the way. We have like 4 more where I broke up with her and whatever.
The letters that he wrote for me where he confessed to his abuse and confessed to the wrongdoing.
By the way, this has nothing to do with you cheating on me with your cousin, by the way. This has to do with me trying to get you back after the first time we broke up because I had anger issues and I agreed that I would yell a lot, but I've never put my hands on you. Never did that. Never.
He put me through in our relationship. I also have a screenshot of a 20-minute confession where he confessed to his wrongdoings, and he made it for me in order to convince me to continue being in a relationship with him. I tried to reaccess the link in order to showcase the video for you guys today, but it was sent by him and it was privated by him, so I no longer have access to it. My ex often tried to use money as a way to avoid responsibility for his shortcomings. I'm very grateful for everything my ex bought for me. However, I don't
What, nigga? What? You're the last person. Bro, hold on.
appreciate insisting that I was freeloading off of him when everything he ever did was his choice, and I don't
Everything I did was my choice. Everything I did was my choice? Are you fucking dead ass? You know how much money I spent on you and you're saying that was my choice? Bruh, I did everything for you. You got a car that didn't even fucking work. So you know what I did? I helped you take it to the shop and paid for everything. You missed flights that you were supposed to make on time. And because you were stranded at the airport, you know what you did? You called me so I could pay for those flights. But even if you didn't call me to pay for those flights, you had other people paying for you. Your mod manager, his name is X. I don't know who the fuck he is, but I would go to your Cash App and you had thousands sent to you. And meanwhile, I'm working my ass off. You had money on the side coming from this nigga and you just don't even help. You just, I don't know what it went to or what you did with that money, but you just had money coming in from multiple other guys. And I'm guessing that's why you're saying that you didn't even fucking ask me to help you because you had money from other guys. The whole time you was asking me, you was asking me to buy you food, you asked me to buy you this, take you there, buy you flights, take you to Universal Studios, $2,000 trip, by the way, pay for everything, flights, everything, but okay, all right.
I believe a relationship should just be reduced to illicit expenses either. Monetary value does not disregard toxic behaviors. After all of these gestures, I took my ex back in February of 2025. And in March of that year, after leaving him from the airport, I was set into a spiral of losing myself and wanting to seek therapy. Here's the video.
Bro, come on, why are you playing the victim, my nigga? You talked about this on the internet when we broke up 1 year ago, bro. You're really trying so hard to bring up stuff that doesn't even correlate to you cheating on me with your cousin to make me look bad, bro. I see right through this. The internet sees right through this. Bro, if anything, bro, you emailed fucking Crisis and Reputation Saver, bro. It's done, bro. You're done,
not
bro.
her,
Whatever. Keep talking.
this is what they told her to say.
I just don't know what I'm doing anymore, but I feel like
Bro, this doesn't show nothing, bro. Bro, yes, we've broken up many times and you went to the airport, but every single time I would come and bring you back, that's we was toxic. Yes, we had a toxic relationship. The internet already knew that. You brought this to the internet many times. There's clips of you talk about me, lying on me already, bro.
I'm sorry, it's just so non-descriptive, but I just kind of want to pour everything out because I'm breaking point in my life right now, but it's not your problem at all. At all.
I had sent this video to a friend. By the way, she sent this to the guy who sends her every single dollar she had to her name. His name was X. He basically was a sugar daddy that she didn't really talk to me about. She would FaceTime him at times. I really wish I knew what they were FaceTiming about. Maybe it was some cousin shit. I don't know. But yeah, a lot of times she would say this is her friend, but nah, it's X. It's her sugar daddy. Because you know why? Because he would often pay for her Ubers, pay for her rebookings if she missed a flight, pay for all of that.
At the end of the day, I chose to stay in this relationship and I made my mistakes. I regret everything.
I hate how you're trying to make it seem like you was trapped in here, bro. Come on, bro. I fought demons to leave your ass, bro. I fought fucking demons to leave you, nigga. I was fighting demons, bro. Everybody that knows me knows that you, manipulated me and I was fighting demons. I tried leaving several times, bro. Several times, but each time I tried to leave, it was, Kenneth, please, I'm about to, manipulation, bro. It's just bruh.
Everything I did, and I wish I could take it all back. I never wanted to hurt anybody, and I understand how badly I messed up. The only thing I can do from now is take the time to better myself and to heal.
Yeah, so after all that, so yeah, basically I cheated on Kenneth with my cousin. But you know what? He did all of this in the past and some things that I just found out because the Crisis Reputation Saver people told me to lie about. But, after all that, I'm sorry again for cheating with my cousin.
The next and final thing I would like to discuss is is my mental health. Throughout everything that has happened, I have come to terms with the fact that I suffer with depression.
Depression. Depression. What type of depression makes you send nudes to your cousin? What type of depression makes you lie to me that you're going to stream in Kentucky just to hang out with your cousin? What type of depression does that, bruh? That's not depression. Why do girls always play the I'm depressed? I'm depressed, so I went ahead and spread my legs and took pictures down there to send to my cousin because I'm depressed. In my house, by the way, in the other room, by the way, door is locked. I always wondered why the doors were locked, but you know, it makes sense now. It makes so much sense now.
Everything that has happened, I have come to terms. I chose to stay in this relationship and I made my mistakes. I regret everything I did and I wish I could take it all back. I never wanted to hurt anybody and I understand how badly I messed
Not a single tear in those eyes, by the way. And she's reading a script.
up. The only thing I can do from now is take the time to better myself and to heal. The next and final thing I would like to discuss is my mental health. Throughout everything that has happened, I have come to terms with the fact that I suffer with depression. It's a battle that I've been unknowingly fighting for understanding myself. They need when they need it, and it can often lead to self-destruction multiple times. And the only reason I'm here right now is because I felt helpless, and every day I would struggle with finding a reason to continue to live. I often felt like the world would be a better place without me. The suicide facility that I was admitted to, fair and inhumane treatment that these people receive.
Like, bro, you really trying to sympathy farm, bro? I'm the victim. God, bro, like, nigga, I'm the victim. Even in the,
Victim.
I'm the victim! Remember? I'm the victim!
A New York woman made wild claims.
height of the situation, I had a calm voice catching you cheat on me. I didn't put hands on you catching you cheat on me. I didn't do nothing. I told you to leave my house and that's what you did. Like, I'm not the bad guy, and you're not gonna sit here and put all these false allegations on me and make me seem like I'm the bad guy, bro. Like, it's fucking sick.
And from my experience there and my own personal journey, I've been very motivated to advocate for better resources and more attention given to these people to assist them in getting the proper help that they need. I understand that my actions have consequences, and I also understand how the internet works. So I knew the hate was inevitable, and I have no problem with facing that. However, I do want to remind you guys.
By the way, the moment I posted that video, you deleted all your accounts. And days before I posted that video, you started sympathy farming on your Instagram story, posting about how you was in the facility and how the facility treated you so wrong. And then you started texting people saying, yeah, life has been tough. But, you know, you just never really came to terms with what you did, which was cheat on me with your cousin. And I still think even now you believe you're in the right. I still don't think you, like, fathom what you did. Like, I think this was just a way to try to fix your PR, but I just think you dug yourself a bigger grave with this one. You should have just, I don't know.
Guys, that I am still a human being, and I don't think anyone deserves the immense cyberbullying and the non-stop death threats that I've received in the past few days. I do believe that bringing all of this to the internet and the way my ex did was completely wrong. And
every single time we broke up in the past 5+ times, you brought it to the internet. You're the streamer. You literally go on live and tell them everything, every single thing I did. Bro, if you're her mod, bro, come on, bro. Don't even fucking lie, bro. She would speak on everything, bring it to the internet every single time. And I kept my mouth shut. Even when she lied to me, even when she lied on my name, I kept my mouth shut because I just didn't want to bring our personal relationship to the internet. This is the one time I snapped, and it's because I found her cheating on me with her cousin in my house, and I have a valid reason to bring that to the internet, and I don't care what nobody says. If you're in my situation, if the roles were reversed and she caught me cheating and I was doing some shit with my cousin, bro, she would have brought this to the internet instantly to shame me. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Invasive. It felt like a breach in our privacy. I know a lot of people don't believe I deserve the platform that I have and don't think I should come back to the internet at all. I understand. What I did is undoable, it's terrible, and I can't tell you enough how much I regret it. However, I do want to.
You don't bro. You don't regret it, bro. And I don't even think you understand how wrong it is. Cause the way you're texting me, the way you're saying, I'm sorry, but you know what? I could get you into Stream University though. I'll buy you your favorite car and your favorite dog. Like, bro, like this, like you're insane. Like, what did I get myself into, bro? What the fuck did I get myself into, bro? What did I get myself into, bro? Like, why me, bro? I'm just trying to like live my life, move forward in life. Why am I going through this, bro?
Come back. I do want to be able to use my platform to raise awareness for mental health because I know there's a lot of
Nigga, nobody wants to listen to someone who cheated on their boyfriend with their cousin. You're not, bro, what? What are you talking about? Who's gonna want to listen to you? That's incest. That you could go to jail for that.
Out there who are just like me, who are struggling and they don't even know it.
Nobody's struggling with fucking keeping their fucking hands to themselves and fucking not texting their cousin in a sexual way. You're the only one struggling with this. Who the fuck else is struggling with this? This is not depression. This is incest. Stop. Yo, people who are actually depressed, I'm sorry, because she's making fun of your fucking disorder. This is not depression.
And I will be back to doing what I love. Because at the end of the day, I want to use my platform to help people. And I do.
You want to use your platform to help people. Okay, to all of those who have cheated on your boyfriends with your cousin, just know it's okay. It happens. Looking at it, it's like, what, bro? Like, you can't use your platform to help. You cheated on me with your cousin. That's incest. And I just wish we live in a day and age where you fucking, like, bro, like, I have videos of your cousin's meat. I have videos of this down there in your ass. They were in your hidden.
That's crazy, gang. That's crazy, gang. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That's wild. Just delete it all, gang. Just don't. That's wild. You still got that shit. I hope you meant you had it. Like, just wash your hands off of all this shit. Like, I know you said you were keeping all that just in case she tries to, like, but gang, why do you still have that shit?
They were in your videos of this down there in your ass. They were in your hidden. They were in your Snapchat camera roll with your cousin. Y'all exchanged nudes tons of times. Y'all, you're not telling me shit, but y'all was in the same hotel room. He was dancing, y'all. He was grabbing on you. Come on now. You're not gonna lie to me.
I believe after I get stronger and I get help, I can do that. To my community and to all my supporters, I'm so sorry I let you guys down. I'm so sorry I disappointed you guys. And if you are still here to support me, thank you. If not, that's okay too. Thank you for your time, and thank you for listening.
Like, bro, like, yo, hey, shout out to the fucking PR reputation recovery people. Y'all surprised me with this one. I ain't know it was gonna be that good, bro. Not one single tear dropped in this video. That would have made it a little bit more believable. But hey, man, I'm not gonna lie. This girl is insane. She really fucking tried it, but everything she said was a lie. She brought up old, irrelevant information that has nothing to do with the fact that she cheated on me with her cousin. I never forced myself onto her. I never put my hands on her. I never forced myself onto her. Everything was consensual. Every fucking thing, and that's on everything. That's on God. That's on everything. I will be taking this girl to court because this, like, you're not finna fucking like that's defamation of character right there. That is sick. I didn't lie. I didn't say a single lie about what you did. I provided millions of evidence. I caught you. So why are you trying to make me look bad? You're the fucking cheater. You cheated on me with your cousin. I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I first seen this video drop, bro, my heart fucking dropped, bro. It took me so long to be able to record this. But, bro, I'm not gonna sit here and let her try to tarnish my image, bro. Like I said, you need help. You can't just try to come out to the internet and tarnish my name. It's not gonna work because I will always have a counter. So don't try that shit. Just own up to what you did and move forward, okay? Stop trying to play victim. I'm the victim of the situation. I got cheated on. And this is what happens with a lot of males in this generation. The girls always try to manipulate the fucking internet, manipulate the world, have a sad face and play victim and play the SA card and make false allegations. But no, bruh. That shit is fucking dead, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and allow that to happen no more, bruh. People who make false allegations need to get arrested, bro. So like I said, I will be taking this to court. And if she ends up making more shit, I will respond if I have to. But like I said, she's fucking lying about everything. And she's sick in the head. Thank you to everyone who's been reaching out and supporting me so far, bro. I really appreciate your support. But I'm sick, bro. I'm fucking sick to my stomach.
All right. And with that, we are done with today's stream. I really didn't get much done today, did I? Nah, I was mostly paying attention to what's going on with the video, but there we have it. There's the Cuzzo allegations. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Yeah, because that's one of the wildest ones I've seen yet. So I will probably stream later. I'll probably stream later today. I might play some games. What's today? Thursday. yeah, I might just, or should I just leave the games for tomorrow? I don't know. But thank you for anyone that joined the stream. If you're watching this on YouTube, yeah, comment what you think about this whole situation. It is crazy as hell. I wouldn't wish it on anyone, and I hope both parties involved get the closure and that they need, and moving on. I guess that's the important part, is moving on. It's kind of a tough situation, seeing that he just said at the end he's taking it to court. That's probably why he has her cousin's meet on his phone. But the sooner he can, just wash his hands and delete all that, start afresh, um, the better for him. And for her, the PR angle is, because it is PR. The earlier I did mention, you could tell that there was corporate speak throughout because of how the sentences were structured. It's a strategy done by a lot of lawyers or attorneys to save face. They're getting paid for this too, I would believe. But man, I need to eat. I need breakfast. I didn't even finish my coffee. But ultimately, their job is not to rewrite history, right? Their job is to mitigate as much damage as possible, right? So of course they're gonna add stuff in there that your average person is not gonna fall for, right? They know that, right? They know that they're not falling for example, the statement that she made, like, I want to use my platform to help all these people who are having, mental health issues just like me, blah 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 blah, that obviously she's not ready to do that, right? First she needs to go to therapy and handle whatever it is that she's dealing with, all this cuzzo dick shit. And then once she's done with that, then she can be in the position of helping others, right? She first has to help herself, then she can help others. But the point I was trying to make is that sentence was in there not because they think everyone is going to believe it, but the few people that are going to believe it and still going to be on her side is who the PR people are here to maintain, right? Obviously, your average person is going to see through all that and just, not buy into it, and make their decisions based off of the biggest thing that she did, which is cheat with the cousin. But the mitigation team knows that. Mitigation team already knows that there's people who are not going to buy this. But that's not their point. It's not to kind of manipulate them into believing it. It's to save face and make sure that she still has a decent enough fan base that, still believe in her and want her to, to get through this. So those little tidbits in that response were to just hook those people that might still be on the fence about her and this whole situation, and save face, so that at the end of this, after the whole court thing, she still has some form of a tangible community that she can move forward with. And that's their whole point of the PR. So it's important that we all know that and understand it, because there's a lot of manipulation that goes on the internet. I have dealt with some people in my past who were suicidal. Sadly they're not with us anymore, but I get a little bit touchy on that suicide thing. He did say that suicide thing makes him soft, and I totally get it. Whenever someone brings up that they're suicidal, you are supposed to take that seriously. Whether you think they're lying or not, you're supposed to, call suicide hotline, let them know the details or whatever they need to do their job immediately, right? So if you see someone who's suicidal, call suicide hotline. Just Google it. You'll see the number. I'll Google it right now. 988. There you go. 988. It's like 911, but just 988. That's the suicide hotline. And that will help you if you're suicidal, and it'll also help whoever is suicidal. Sorry. I'm like trying to do multiple things. Let me say that again. They will both help you if you're suicidal, and they will also help you if you have someone you know that is suicidal. They'll help you walk through the whole process, tell you exactly what to do, ask for the right information they need. But I guess the point that I was trying to drive home is, because you have to take these situations with 100% seriousness whenever someone comes to you and they say they're suicidal, manipulators have ammo in that. Unfortunately, people can come to you, lie about being suicidal. Again, you're supposed to take it seriously, right? I'm not saying speculate or try to find out if they're lying. That's not your job, right? It's the 988s to figure it out. But what I'm saying is, some people who are master manipulators will use that against you if you're weak to it, because the last thing you want is this person who you genuinely love to take their own lives. And if they know that, they can use that as ammo. It's a sad world we're living in. I'm not saying that she wasn't suicidal. She got booked into the asylum, got into the ward and everything. So good on her for doing that. That was necessary. Good on her family for being there for her. Again, this is not to take away from what she did, right? She cheated with her cousin. But there's some like patterns of manipulation that I picked up from both parties. Not that both parties were being manipulative, but just the stories of moments where things seemed manipulative. But it's fucked up. I guess that's what I was trying to say. It's messed up that someone would use the suicide angle for manipulation. It's messed up. That's what I was gonna say. I have nothing else to add on to that. But with that being said, I think I'm done streaming. I've been streaming for about an hour 40. Again, I'll probably stream later. I need to finish this page, so I'll probably draw again. I don't think I'll be gaming. But other than that, I do yap a lot instead of like ending the stream. My bad, y'all. But I'll catch you on the next one. I'm gonna go make some breakfast and get to work. But peace.